Friends with Innerstanding. Folks, I'm super thankful to have found one friend in this realm that I can visit here with Innerstanding. One person I met in this town, not online, that appreciates the discernment I've cultivated, the wisdom I've shared, the gnosis that is willing to go there. It's such an important and often missing fact in our awakening journey. When we feel like we have to look on YouTube. And yes, they invited me over partially to help me to stay out of the deadly storm, but also because they are a friend with true understanding. That rare, unimaginable gift to know a person that you feel you could say anything to. Like, take away the coffin and I could even divulge, perhaps stupidly, the skull and bones ritual of saying my history. And they didn't reject me. This dear, divine, feminine, and I'm thankful, and I wish and imagine the possibility that everyone who hears this can attain that in a world, in a realm where we know even the reincarnation process is controlled by extremely evil beings who will send you back into a family of Hylics, as the Gnostics call them, or surround you with those who will never seem to care or even be able to grasp what you're talking about, what your intention is, and who you are. Yes, I might screw it up. The archons might be able to put a holographic insert in to get a wedge. Because aside from the fully embodied hierogamic union, particularly, between two of the opposite gender, even a platonic friendship is the last thing that the fake gods want. Because what did Christ mean when he said, "When two or more are gathered in my name, I am there"? You take away the church, the building, the dogma, the structure, the fear-based filthy lies and deceptions, the abominable control that has led to endless war, guilt tripping, and slavery. It means when two or more of what the Gnostics called pneumatic souls gather together, even over YouTube, aside from a hierogamic couple, it is the greatest threat to the fake prison planet realm, because having a friend I could be so open with, knowing a person in physical flesh who I could trust and feel comfortable to, especially a woman, to say anything to. And wow, the first 2 visits here, I haven't pissed her off enough to, ruin it. Coming from a CNPD family in a world controlled not only by vicious narcissist predator gods, but vicious narcissist predator governments, vicious narcissist predator systems. They don't want you to remember that there is even a possibility. And yes, they could even convince me that even though I've been able to largely remove archonic control over my thoughts, but not having completed or done a whole lot of the vast majority of the shadow work, it's very easy to be convinced. Yeah. Especially after what's happened in the last 6 years, you're not going to be able to have those heart-to-heart conversations like we have had today. And it's really easy for me to think, well, this has to intimidate her. This has to be offensive. But she has gotten deeply into the Mahayana. And interestingly, read Howdy Mikowski's books, and sure, she says I was wrong about emptiness, but hasn't confronted me or seemed to be offended. She's going to help me go back over the Heart Sutra. And yes, if you have one friend with innerstanding, particularly from the opposite gender, it can reopen your heart, Mega Man. Finding one friend with innerstanding, online, even on YouTube, Joshua. Does the Matrix seem to come after you when you didn't have such censorship as I have had? Sharing the explicit, horrible truth with thousands of people. Being openly friendly to anyone who is willing to discuss the deeper issues. Leaving the address to your StreamYard live stream on the video. Was that such a threat to the system that they intimidated you away from ever doing it again? Maybe. But you have shown in those moments that you were willing to be one true friend to those who had the courage to openly conversate about the actual truth. And so, yeah, I'm very thankful that in this divinity we call Christ Sophia, Mother Earth, and these divine essences of the Great One that were fragmented or coerced or forced, terrified or even agreed originally to incarnate into flesh sacks, into a realm that was taken over by the demiurge. If you haven't achieved this important, sacred, divine aspect that is possible, my wish and my vision for anyone listening to this is that you can attain what I have here, to find one friend with innerstanding, to remember the original version of real I Tai before the Anunnaki got here, where humans or the essences in these flesh suits were given free will, were given the ability to have open conversations, were given the amazing gift of communion with the true original creator in physical proximity, without some CIA censors getting to say who gets to say what to how many, but uncontrolled at all by the demiurge. That truly threatening thing to the fake gods and the intensely vampiric power structure that participated so much in the island sexual perversions, that glorifies greed, that would put a dictator who would build concentration camps for the free in a realm so controlled by the false self. I give great thanks to my friend who's allowing me to visit them here. And I give you the possibility that if someone who's as radically honest about telling the whole place the truth as I have been, from a wounded mortal flesh suit, confined in a place as full of financial slavery and spiritual bypassing as Santa Cruz, California, that you too can find one true friend with innerstanding.